Good evening and welcome to another installment of the New York Minute Sports Show. The Yankees waste a gem by Cam Schlittler in the Bronx. It's New York Minute Sports. It's New York Sports for New York Nuts. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's go!
And you blew it! You blew it.
It's New York Minute Sports.
Well, there you have it, folks. Welcome to another installment of the New York Minute Sports Show. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to visit the New York Nuts merch store. That's the beautiful blue link underneath the video. Well, the New York Yankees waste an absolute gem from Killer Cam Schlittler in the Bronx today, and the Yankees lose in extra innings 2-1 in a game they could have, woulda, shoulda, but didn't win. And all I heard from the New York Yankees and the mantra at a spring training this year was, we are not going to leave any wins on the table. We're not going to let any wins slip through our fingers. We did that too much last year and let the Toronto Blue Jays win the division. Well, guess what? History is repeating itself with the run-it-back Yanks, and today is a perfect example of letting a win slip through your fingers. The New York Yankees refuse to change their offensive approach at the plate. They are still way too home run reliant without the clientele in the dugout. With Cody Bellinger being out, with Giancarlo Stanton and Aaron Judge with our big boppers, and yes, we have Ben Rice, but this team still sits around and waits for somebody to hit it over the fence. Just think about this weekend. Today, Trent Grisham, the only sign of life from the offense, and you know if that happens, you are in bad company. And that was the only run that the New York Yankees could muster up. Now, the problem with the New York Yankees is they don't make enough contact with the baseball. We've said this before. The way to beat the New York Yankees is to put the ball in play. That's why the Toronto Blue Jays, the Tampa Bay Rays, and the LA Dodgers own the New York Yankees because they have a high contact rate. And we all know about the New York Yankees and their infatuation with launch angle and exit velocity and all that good stuff. You know what that leads to? A team of guys who hit from 198 to 220. And I know everyone's not a big fan of batting average nowadays, but that equates to about, a hit every 3 days. So with batting averages like that, you are going to have days like today where the New York Yankees offense goes full Zombo mode, and I feel like I'm in The Walking Dead. Carl, where's the runs? You got to manufacture runs, Carl. Steal some bags. Think about this for a second. If Jazz Chisholm didn't have an on-base percentage of like 289, he's got 31 stolen bases. Imagine if he actually got on base a lot. And that's what the New York Yankees should be doing. With days like this, you should be getting pop flies, working at bats, working counts, drawing walks. I feel like I am been back to the future. This feels like the version of the Kevin Youkilis New York Yankees. Okay, when they didn't have any offensive production and they'd be lucky to get 3 runs across the board. And that's where the New York Yankees offense is right now. And I don't want to see Jazz Chisholm playing second base anymore. I would use him as a glorified pinch runner at this point. Did you see that throw to first base today? Absolutely no effort. And what have we been talking about? The nonchalant bullshit from Jazz Chisholm all season long. Now there's a replacement for his nonsense too, because Caballero is the answer at second base. And I know that he's got scrambled egg brains right now in the batter's box because why is everyone picking on me? Because of the 4-second batting eye rule and all that. But the defense that the New York Yankees should be running forward if they're going to be a pitching first team, which they are now, is McMahon, Lombard Jr., Caballero, and you can give me Garcia or Paul Goldschmidt because they're both good defensively at first base. Now, the New York Yankees are playing a they're skating on thin ice. They're playing a dangerous game with the pitching that we're getting right now. The New York Yankees will affect the starting pitching and the bullpen if they continue not to manufacture runs. And the crazy part about this team is if the Yankees score 5 to 6 runs, they are a very dangerous team. That's all they need to score. And the New York Yankees are only good for 0, 1, or maybe 2 runs if they're feeling frisky. And they're usually 2 solo home runs, not getting anyone on base, not hitting with anyone on base. This has been the New York Yankees problem all season long. And these are the W's that are left on the table when the Yankees are looking up at the Tampa Bay Rays as the winners of the division this year. The Yankees have to get on the stick immediately. Is this a good victory in a series against a tough Atlanta team that hits and pitches well? Absolutely. Should the Yankee fan feel good about it? Absolutely. But then there's games like today. Tomorrow, the Yankees bullpen gets a rest. All their starters get the day off. And now the New York Yankees got 2 series coming up against the Seattle Mariners and the Toronto Blue Jays up in Toronto. These are going to be 2 big series. They got to keep this momentum going with the starting pitching, which has been locked down. Ryan, Bad Moon Rising Weathers, has been turning it around. He's had 3 good starts in a row, making the New York Yankees' life very difficult on where they're going to move him, either in the bullpen or wherever they're going to move him. Also, side note, I forgot to mention this. Did you notice that Chris Sale got kicked out of the game even before it started today? Did you see that? Somebody needs to give this umpire either test his piss, give him a psych eval, or check his sports book on his iPhone, because this guy's acting erratic. As the umpires were walking towards the home plate to do the lineup cards, he heard Chris Sale say something in the dugout, and he tossed him on his day off. How do you get fired on your day off, Tommy? So Chris Sale gets ejected from this game. This umpire, same guy last night that interjected himself all throughout this game, and today the umpire did a much better job, the other guy, because it was somebody else behind the plate. But this guy needs to be looked into by Major League Baseball because he is interfering with games way too much, and when both managers are yelling at you, you know you've got problems. So let's talk about the other big story that was this week with the trade deadline, and then Lombard Jr. comes on to the scene, hitting .333, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs, got an OPS of 1,100 plus. Now, my first evaluation is I wasn't trusting anyone out of this Brian Cashman's farm system because I've been hurt too many times. You guys got to remember, I do this show every day, but I'm a fan just like you, and I will be erratic with my decisions sometimes. So I was hurt, folks. I was hurt by Brian Cashman. He kept lying to me for the last 25 years, telling me this guy's going to be the next big thing, and they never pan out. But with Lombard Jr., he looks different. The footwork, the hands, the smooth transitions that he does at shortstop on the defensive side of the ball, he looks years ahead of his age. And that's what him and Cam Schlittler have in common that you can tell right off the bat. Is that their poise, their vibe, and it looks like the moment's not too big for them, and they were made for this. And I'm not jumping to conclusions with Lombard. This guy looks different. Just think about when Jason Dominguez and Spencer Jones came up. Those guys didn't make a splash. This guy, I get different vibes from this guy because just look at him work at bats. Now, I've said this before on this show. Let's not get crazy by putting this guy in the leadoff spot. We don't need to hurt him. The one bugaboo I had about Lombard Jr. was his bat coming up to the major league level and transitioning because AAA really means nothing. So when Lombard came up here and I saw his batting eye, I fell in love with it. Today in the 7 spot with Spencer Jones hitting around him, so they got that speed back-to-back, and then you have Jazz Chisholm around that in the same neighborhood. I like the speed on the bags, but Jazz never gets on. Spencer Jones needs to draw more walks. He's hitting .219 now. I said before on this show, I really feel like he's going to blow up and start elevating the ball because he's had good contact. The New York Yankees cannot continue to play this game of no offense and run their pitching into the ground because that is not sustainable. Now, the New York Yankees this week coming up are going to have to get W's because the Red Sox are not cooling down and they need to put a dent in the Tampa Bay Rays lead in the division. So let me know in the comments below. Do you feel strong about the Yankees going into this week against the Mariners and the Toronto Blue Jays, and it's been tough up in the Rogers Center? And the New York Yankees, do you believe that they can make the division title at the end of the year and take it away from the Tampa Bay Rays? Also, let me know what you think about Lombard Jr. in the comments, guys. Sound off, and I'll answer them. And remember, anywhere in that smoke wagon you call the information superhighway, you can find New York Minute Sports. That's NEWYRKMIN. New York Minute Sports. Also, have you become a New York nut yet? For $1.99 a month, you get twice the show for half the dough. Also, the New York Nuts merch store. That's the beautiful blue link underneath the video. All the t-shirts are made in the USA, just like yours truly. And remember, if you can't be good, be bad, baby. Good night, Canada. See you later this week in the Rogers Center. Bye.
That's your boy.
So
He said he was.
Goodbye. That's my boy.